Oh my gosh. Oh, well, now what's going on with my model? Oh my gosh. It's because I was talking on the phone, wasn't it? Hang on, hang on. I fixed this earlier. I got this. One moment. Oh, oh. No. Hello? Ah, hello. We're back. Hello. Hello, good day. Yeah, I blame... That's because I was talking on the phone. And then, when I wanted it to be not for talking anymore, but to be for, like, modeling, it... Oh, am I lagging? That's why we can't have nice things. No? Is it okay? I can't tell. I guess it's fine. Okay, hello, good evening. Sorry for the wait. Oh my gosh, we were in that starting soon screen for like 10 minutes. It's crazy. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's Himeutsugi here. Gosh, I'm sorry I'm a little late. It's kind of like one thing leads to another, right? And so I started a little late because I got sucked into reading this webtoon, and then I looked up at the clock and was like, oh my gosh, it's 7:58, run. And then I hit start stream and I was like, that's okay, because I know what I have planned for today, and I'll just start and get right into it. And then I got a call, like a work-related call. It was just like, she's like, do you have a moment to talk? I'm like, no, but I can't really tell you to go away. So, yes. So I'm just sitting here at my computer talking and just like nervously looking at the clock. This music is so suitable for this. That's so funny. But yeah, so thank you for your patience. I think my model is lagging. I'm not really. Oh, is it okay now? I'm glad. I am happy to know that you fell asleep. Goodness gracious. Worrying. Okay. So tonight we are anyway, all that to say, thank you for your patience. Just strange. Just like trying to get things going and then silly. Anyways, thank you for waiting. Tonight we are playing. I am snoozing my ad. Go away, ad. Instead, take a shower and be done with it. Yeah. Who was that said that work is like a jump scare goblin? Yeah, it really is. It really was. I was like, cool, it's time to sit down and relax and play some games. But no. But yes, okay, so we are playing tonight. Let me see. Let me get it. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Let me add it. Where is it? Okay. Let me switch over. That's okay. You missed absolutely nothing because I was late. So you're all good. Okay, so we got this. I have where is it? There's the preview. All right. I've got some nice, lovely folk music for tonight because I thought it kind of suited the vibes, right? I think it sounds good. Okay, so let me open up the... That's not what I wanted. What is this? There it is. Good. Okay, so I have that. Let me move this over to the screen. Like a wizard, I showed up exactly on time then, as intended. Yes, no, you were exactly on time. Because I started stream a couple minutes late, and then right as I started, I received a work call, and so I had to, like, take that. So don't worry, you did not miss anything. Except me apologizing profusely for being late. Okay, here we are. Okay. Oh, hang on. Is this what I wanted? Do I have, let's see here. Get this back down there. That's better. Now let me do that. There we go. Now everything looks nice. Okay. Just thinking of listening to folk music while watching. Well, there you go. So I thought that would be a really nice backdrop for today, you know, since it feels very folksy to me. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so tonight we are playing Midnight Muscadines. I don't know am I saying that right? Is it Muscadines? It feels like that's how it should be pronounced, right? Am I messing it up? Oof. Hang on. Is there a link? Here it is. Copy the link. Yes. Nope. Why is a student messaging me? Nope. I do not perceive. I do not perceive your message, student. You were not messaging me at 8:30 p.m. No. Midnight Muscadines. That's good. Gosh, I cannot keep up the Southern accent as much as I would like to. But I want to know what the message is, even though I don't want to respond to it. Is that toxic? Is that one of my toxic traits, that I don't want to respond to my student, but I do want to know what she messaged about? I'm gonna have to do it. Gonna have to do it. Okay, so we are playing Midnight Muscadines, the preview version. It's a backer kit preview that anyone can play. It's on their backer kit page. And speaking of which, I was going to put the link. There's that. I'm going to pin it. So it's currently going. And so if you haven't backed it, or at least gone and had a look at it, there it is. So you can go and have a look-see and see if it might be up your alley. Yeah. So we are playing through the preview today, which I don't know what this all entails. I've only very vaguely flipped through it because I really wanted this to be my first impression, unfiltered. And so all I know really is that you make jam. Let's see, 14, they're still babies for all intents and purposes. Babies with attitude. It's so true. I think saying covering your assets is somehow worse. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I'm doing my best. It's like, okay. Yeah, they are. Their frontal lobe is not fully developed yet. Anyways, so we are playing through this backer kit preview, which I know I'm going to create a character. I don't know what all we're going to do. But yeah, so all I really know about this game is it's cozy dark, which I love stuff that's like that. You know, vintage story. It's like cozy, but everything is trying to kill you at the same time. And you can play solo, which is very important to me, obviously. So that's what we're gonna have a look at. I'm excited. I had this game on my radar for a while. Whoever is on their like advertising team, dang, it worked, because I feel like even before the backer kit started, I could not get away from this game. Like if I looked on my, you know, general social media, Blue Sky, Twitter, there it was. If I escaped to Instagram, which my Instagram is like purely for my personal life, it was there too. Like the algorithm just knows. They're like, this is what they need to see is the Muscadines. And so here I am, right? And so yeah, so I followed it, and as soon as they opened, I think I was backer number 51 or something. That's yeah. So yeah, cozy dark. I love that juxtaposition of carving out a cozy niche within like a dark world that's trying to kill you. And I know that there's some people that don't love the tag of cozy dark, but I don't know. I think I understand what they were trying to say, and that's something that I really vibe with. So yeah, had to look up what muscadines were. Yeah, I know what is cozy and dark. Closet full of blanket. Yeah, exactly. That's okay. You can live vicariously through me. But yeah, but you can see, because look at they're looking like they're having a good time. Look at them getting the grapes, but then look at these little creepy creatures trying to come after them. So here's the cozy, and here's the dark, right? And then some nice person in their Discord group. Actually, there's a name. Let me find the name. You refer to this nice person by name. I think NHOO. Anyway, New on the Discord made a form fillable version that I'll be filling out. The thing is, I thought for a while about maybe printing this out and doing it analog, drawing and such, but I'm not good at that. So I think I also considered importing this into like a Google Sheets. No, not Google Sheets, like Google Slides or something. I don't know. So for today, I'm just going to fill it out. I might make a little portrait on Picrew maybe, but yeah, so I'll be filling out this nice form fillable version. I know, it's so cute with the little jam jar, isn't it? Jam you can squeeze in there when you are a child. Yes, I actually, for whatever reason, in the house that I spent most of my life, I got like the second biggest closet, so my closet was basically a room. Like I could sleep in there, I could lay down all the way, you know, and so it's still very cozy. I remember going in there to hide if I didn't want to get yelled at and such. So to me, yeah, that's cozy dark, like the world is a dangerous place, but you can still find a bit of coziness in it somewhere. And I think it's balancing that, which is what this game is about. So yeah, I know that you make jam. I know it's cozy dark. That's what I know. And so we're going to discover the rest of it together. Okay. All right. So this is, I don't know how to say this. Pandion game. Pandion. It's either Pandion or Pandion. Or it could be Pandion. I don't know. Could be anything. I have no idea. But it's by Pandion Games, who they've created several other games as well. I haven't played any of them because I feel like most of them are not, except for one which I own but haven't played, which I think is called Substratum Protocol. I haven't played that one. I want to. But I think not all of their games are necessarily like solo facing, and so I, don't prioritize games that aren't solo. That's all. But yeah, so we're just gonna dive in. Yeah, curious what kind of dangers the game involves. Lead the way, sensei. Okay, yes. And if any more children message me, I am not answering. All right, Midnight Muscadines. Ooh, Dungeon Jam. Songs and sagas. Okay. I'm not gonna read all of this silly stuff. Okay, that's not fair. It's not silly, it's just not important to me. Copyright stuff, blah, blah. Okay. Hello, and thank you for checking out the Backer Kit preview of Midnight Muscadines. This preview is meant to give you a glimpse of what we have planned for the full game, the rules, ingredients, creatures, lore, rolling tables, and other content. The game is still under development, so please forgive the dust and any artwork placeholders. We have included the full character creation section and the Wildernite settlement generator table. We would love to see your characters and settlements. Oh, my dice are downstairs. I think I want to roll actual dice. Okay. I think I want to roll actual dice. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to run downstairs and get my dice because, I don't know, I've been playing a lot of these games digitally recently, and I think it'd be nice to actually, like, roll some dice. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to run downstairs and grab my dice and my dice tray so we can get to it. I'll be right back. Here, let's do some fishing while I'm out. Who is here? I'll give y'all a couple of fish. Okay, I'll give y'all some fish and I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh. Let's see. Got an uncommon. Ooh, a whale shark. Oh! Here, I'll give Tooth Sloth some fish too. Yeah. I just kind of threw fish at the first people that when I hit at, it just kind of randomly... Whew, here we go. Whale shark, red eye. Very cool stuff. All right, while the fish are going, let me set up my little dice cam. If you perceive my messy desktop, no, you didn't. Dice cam. Video capture device, dice cam. All right. I'm so gross. There's the gummy worms. That's okay. Gummy worms are good. Okay. Again, if you perceive my messy desk, no, you don't. Yeah, it's messy. Look at all the shinies. Look at them. Shiny sparkly dye. These little cathedral ones. This is one of my favorites. I don't know. I think the camera can't quite capture just how magical they are. They're so pretty. No, my first fish was worth 11G. I had low expectations. Understandable. Okay, well, I guess I need some actual room in my dice tray. Again, if you perceive a mess, no you don't. Cool. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I have. This is not all of my dice, but these are my showstoppers, the ones that I particularly love. These, you know, so I got a lot of these from like a blind bag. Oops. And so I did not choose these, but look at how pretty they are. It's very wintry. It's nice. Oh, a coffee cup. Very nice. I do have a lot of dice. I am a dice hoarder. They're all so pretty. Okay, anyways. So let's focus. Cool. Okie dokie. So get some Hime themed dice, maybe someday. Okay, so let me turn off the dice cam for now, because we're not using it right this second. Okie dokie. La 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 la. The finished game will be 180 to 200 pages long with 52 creatures, 52 ingredients, a setting guide for Nim and the Wilder Knight, many festivals, adventures, mysteries, and more. Okay. So all of this stuff is not final. Yeah, some Hime themed dice. That would be cute. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll make my own. Okay. Touchstones. Lightfall, the Girl, and the Galdurian. Don't know what that is. A Sea of Stars. I do know what that is. Dungeons of Hinterberg. Cool. Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, and Princess Mononoke. I don't know. I think I get to create a character. That's why I have the blank character sheet, but we will find out. All right. Oh, I just realized. I'm missing the... Okay, there we go. Yeah, me too. So I think this will be nice. Okay, it's just more credits and stuff. Okay, the Marmoteer's Code. Invoke the old magic found in the ancient forests where mountains and lakes meet on cloudless days and moon-filled nights. Rekindle the sense of wonder when well-worn trails dissolve into wildlands where only whispers of ancient footsteps guide your way. Embrace the fear inside when embers die, wolves howl, and your only protection is good luck and the thin fabric of your tent. Rejoice in laughter with strangers, neighbors, family, and friends when hot coffee and the day's early light warms the soul. Adventure is upon us. It's a touchstone for Cloud Empress. Ah, okay. Yeah, Nausicaa is wonderful. I always have an idea about drunken gambit addict gunslinger that hung heavily on luck. Yeah, those are fun types of characters to have for sure. Okay, I was kind of hoping that this would maybe not necessarily rhyme, but I was thinking that there should be some like a meter or something, but that's okay. Oh, what happened? What happened to the music? Oh, there it goes. Okay, scared me. Okay. Yeah, there's a table of contents, which I'm not going to read because that would be silly. Ooh. Look at all those foresty things. It's a hex map. It's cool. Lake Solène, Brighton Cove, Scrublands, Lumiere, Mugetts, maybe? Mugetts? Dawncrest, Albedo, Astrum, Solo, Tesson, Palefire, Faucheur, or maybe it's Fauchire. Yeah, Norton, Cloudlight, Sylvanus Wilds, the Eventide Gates, Golden Birch Wood, Barrier Peaks, Weirway Woods. Cool. I like the map. That is a huge lake. Neat. I really like how the TOC design is designed. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? It's fun. I'm not sure what the different color coding entails. It does seem hyperlinked, which is nice. Okay. All right, the world with a shattered sun. The land of Nim, once largest realm on Song, now thrives as a vibrant pastoral haven under the glow of 4 floating beacons, containing the last shards of the sun. These luminous shards illuminate a warm, close-knit civilization nestled around Lake Solen, where life flourishes amid verdant fields and twilight-dappled farms. Yet beyond the beacon's glow lies the Wilder Night, a realm of shifting starlit shadows where forgotten magic lingers and untamed wonders await. Generations ago, the balance between light and dark was shattered when the people of Nim, fearing the dark, waged war against Tomb, the Nightbearer, plunging the world into endless day and driving Valgus, the Lightbringer, to shatter the sun in grief and rage for the loss of his sibling. Though Valgus was subdued, imprisoned, and hidden away with a 5th sun shard to deter rescue, the loss of the world's balance caused the great spirits to retreat and magic to wane. Now, magic finds its final lifeline in the Midnight Muscadines, rare, star-fed grapes growing only in the Wildernight. Their roots grow deep within the tapestry and condenses its magic into its fruits. These magical fruits stain the sunshard beacons and hold the promise of magic for Nim and Wildernight both, but harvesting them requires brave souls to venture beyond the light. Marmoteers, skilled in preserving their magic and crafting enchanted jams, excuse me, journey into the Wildernight to gather these treasures and trade their creations for promises, favors, and sustenance. While the Wildernight harbors its dangers, it is also home to communities of folks and creatures who have embraced its strange beauty, building lives amidst its vast and ever-changing darkness. As a Marmoteer, you straddle these two worlds, preserving Nim's light while seeking the secrets that lie beyond it, balancing nostalgia and adventure in a fractured world. I feel like this music is bringing out my southern accent, which I didn't think that I had one, but I've talked to people before, like other people who aren't southern. They're like, no, I can tell that you're from the South. I'm like, what? Really? Is that obvious? Darn. Bless your heart. Etc., etc. Right. Okay. Lean into it. I'll try my best. You know, I live in an urban area, so I don't actually hear this accent all that often. Just enough. I think my southernness comes out more in what I say rather than the accent. Because I say that I gotta fix dinner, fixing to leave, stuff like that. Man. Love Dr. Pepper. You sound normal to me, which I think means you speak Southern. Yep, here it is. It's coming out. Okay, before we begin, needed for play, this book, pencils and character sheets for each player. That's me. I'm the only player, so I got a character sheet. A deck of playing cards, shuffled, jokers removed. Oh, I did not know that I needed playing cards. Luckily, I have them. My Howl's Moving Castle playing cards right here. Also Ghibli inspired. Obviously, since there's Ghibli on them. Woohoo! I didn't even know I needed it. Whoopee! I already have it. Great. Okay, so I've got my cards. I already removed the jokers, and it's already shuffled. I guess I'll shuffle again later before I actually use them. Let me clear off my desk a little. Darn, I need more than I thought. God dang. Okay, a set of sets. Like, more than one? I don't know why I'm panicking. I have I don't know how many sets of die I have. It's fine. Okay, dice notation. Yes, I know what those are. Card anatomy. Yes, I know what those are too, but it's... Anything weird there? No. Suits are the icons. Value. Yep. Okay. Yes. I think it's nice that they explain that for people that don't know. Yeah, I think I got this. A role-playing game. Yes. No, I'm aware. Yes. Okay. I know all this stuff. Here, I'll leave that up for a couple seconds for y'all to read, just in case, for some reason, somebody watching this doesn't know what a role-playing game is. In which case, welcome in. Cozy on up by the fire, and I'll explain. But yes, I'm going to be role-playing. Like right now, I'm role-playing as a person with a southern accent. Okay, dusk bells. In Nimian border towns, dusk bells are often attached to porch posts and windows to call back the light of day and give thanks for the sun shards. Why am I talking like this? I don't even think this is an accent. What is happening? I don't know. It's this music. It's bringing it out. Children love to run through town streets ringing them or adding new bells of their own making. Okay, cool. I'm curious to see what the subtitles, the captions look like when I'm talking like this. I'm not enunciating. It's hard. Okay. Advice for play. Session planning. Planning. Numerous tools to steer the... This game is designed for low or no prep adventuring. Players have numerous tools to steer the story and participate in world building. Build characters together and use each other's imagination, there should be an apostrophe there, to discover where the story goes. You'll find lore, hooks, and inspiration in every paragraph and table across the book. Uncover the world together. Great. Guess I'll read this column then this column. Finding the Midnight Muscadines. Finding Midnight Muscadines is rarely a mundane event and should be narratively triggered. The plant concentrates powerful magic. It is likely rumors of the strange, mystic, and magical lead in their direction. Shadows of tomb grow the strongest where groves of the fruit appear. Areas may see unexplained phenomena explode forth as the density of the arcane overflows and manifests. There's dangers at every turn. Interesting situations that don't necessarily revolve around physical combat. Same, if I could get away with never prepping, I would. Right. My students that are in D&D club with me will never know just how much I make up on the spot. Or maybe they do. By the way, I am drinking tropical fruit sparkling water. Tonight is Waterloo. Which is from Austin. Okay. Encourage players to focus on role-playing and how their actions have a narrative impact. Yeah, okay, let sacrifices be the result of player decisions rather than of a surprise misfortune. You need some sweet tea. I would like some sweet tea. The problem is I'm diabetic and I cannot have sweet tea, especially because I had a student give me a whole pack of Easter cookies today, and I may have had 3 of those cookies. I really should have had 0 of those cookies, but I ate 3 of them, so I really cannot be having any sweet tea. Not today. Okay, more than the harvest. Harvesting Midnight Muscadines is the Marmoteer's main goal, but not every game needs to focus on that task. There are dangers, intrigue, and secrets, both out in the Wildernite and within Nim, as well as festivals, shops, and countryside attractions to enjoy. Guilds vie for power, captured gods yearn to break free to finish their task. Great spirits hide their whereabouts and intentions, and the world of song is out of balance, with the actions of long-dead ancestors still echoing today. If players start asking any of these bigger questions, let them explore and seek their answers. 3 is basically 0 once you subtract them by a stop. What are you? No, that is not good medical advice. That is not sound medical advice. Actually, I don't know how to say your name. Raxfiel. I think we've had this conversation already. Rasfiel. Because is it like Latin where the X is pronounced like an S kind of? Raxfiel, whatever. Anyways, that's not sound medical advice. 3 is basically 0. Open-ended magic and items. There's already enough girl math in my life. I can't be adding to it. Raxfiel, cool. Alright. Magic is designed to be left to the interpretation of the players with a wide variety of ways the effects of each ingredient may be understood and manipulated. Right, yes, because we're making jam. Help players explore what combinations could do, suggest different meanings to words they may not have thought of, craft wondrous spells together. Together meaning alone here. Items are similar, their name and description allowing the player to interpret what is unique or interesting about each of them. Cool, alright. Okay, this part I think is pretty straightforward. Conditions occupy inventory slots. Can be invoked to step up or down, impact, and attribute dice during checks. Interesting. Cool. Guilds. Join a guild to gain a unique benefit and create an NPC. Guilds have their own agenda. Cool, interesting. Jam strength. Okay, so yes, the magical jam. Based on the number of ingredients used to create the jam. Has an impact die ranging from D6 to D12. Okay, I see, because there's an impact die for the little jam jar. Aha ha. So all the different jams you have, you can have the little impact die here. I see. Okay, cool. Ingredients have narrative or mechanical effects. Combine up to 4 in your jar to create a spell. Collecting ingredients. Make a check, draw 1 card per success, and select 1 ingredient. Can also be gathered from adversaries. Barter and trade. Creating pure jams. During a rest, remove any existing ingredients and add an ingredient to your jar's suit slot of choice. Burn a card of an unused suit slot. Add an ingredient to that slot. Clear the usage track. Combine the effect of the current jam with the new ingredient's description and increase its impact die by 1 step. Okay. Whenever a jam is used, mark its usage track. When filled, check if the jam skunks. Skunked jams. A jam goes bad. Reveal a card and remove the ingredient associated with the suit. If one matches, remove, I guess, remove its impact and yeah. Reveal a card and remove the ingredient associated with the suit, removing its effect and stepping down the impact die. Okay, I think that'll make sense once we get to it. Okay. Okay, how to play. That's important. Burning cards. Discard a card from your hand to add ingredients to jam. Add impact dice to a check. Add protection dice. Increase the narrative effects of spells and items. Or trigger certain abilities. Players can burn multiple cards to stack the effects. The DR. Okay, difficulty rating. That's like the DC. Oh, okay. Yeah, the DR. Oh, okay, I see. Yes, because last night we were playing Machine Gods and DR means something different there. I think it's defense rating, so I have to rewire my brain a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so here it's kind of like DC, so that's what I'm trying to beat. Risk. How dangerous an area is alters the DR of checks. Impact dice. A die ranging from D4 to D12 assigned to spells, items, and roleplay feats to represent how impactful they are. Okay, so the higher the impact dice, the more impactful the thing, I think. Okay. When performing an action with an unknown outcome, confronting an adversary, or attempting to overcome a challenge, roll attribute plus impact dice. Okay, yes, so impact dice plus whatever your attribute, okay. Together against the DR, if the score is equal to or greater than, you gain a successes. You gain a success. With each multiple of the DR, granting an additional... What? Each multiple? Each multiple of... If the score is equal to or greater than the DR, you gain a success. With each multiple of the DR, granting an additional success. Multiple? What does that mean? Okay, I'm just going to log that away. It'll probably make sense once I play. Successes. Mark XP. Player narrates what happens next. Lower the challenge or adversary's resolve by the number of successes. There it is again. Each multiple and addition. What does that mean? Okay, I'll keep reading. Maybe it'll make sense more when I get further along. Setbacks. Gain a card, narrate what happens next, and inject consequences. And adversaries react. So they don't call it failure, they call it a setback. Okay, so that's, I guess that's kind of cozy. There's no failure, it's just a minor temporary setback is the idea. I can't see your message. Maybe if the DR is 2, it has an additional success if you get a 4, 6, and so on. Oh. That makes sense. Okay. That would make sense, yeah. We'll see. Resolve RS, the number of successes needed to overcome a challenge or adversary. So you have to have multiple successes. Okay. Challenges, obstacles without active opposition. What? Have a DR and resolve score representing the number of successes needed to overcome them. Setbacks result in narrative or mechanical consequences, including possibly failing the challenge. What does that mean? Obstacles without active opposition. Okay, I see. So maybe it's like a static thing. Like if you're like there's like a locked door or something. So you're not actively being opposed, it's just there, and you have to have enough successes to get past it. But if you keep getting setbacks, you keep trying to unlock the door and it doesn't unlock. I think that's what that means. Adversaries actively oppose characters. So they have resolve. Yeah, like a locked door doesn't have resolve, it just has a DR. So an adversary is something that has a difficulty rating and resolve. When a character's check results in a setback, adversaries take a number of actions equal to their AC stat. Okay. Resting. There's short rest, alter jam, and reveal a card to heal. Long rest, alter jam, and either heal, repair, or clear an condition. Okay. Companions. Use stat block and bestiary, replacing resolve with endurance equal to RS plus heart roll. Gaining and losing companions is based on their attitude and the narrative. Okay. Gain 1 XP for successes during checks. Interesting. Gain 1 for successes during checks. Gain 1 renown and a bonus after marking 10. Okay. Ooh, posture check. Yes, yes. Oh, that was my sternum cracking. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. A nice little posture check. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the posture check. I'm gonna have another sip of my water. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I just realized I was squinting at my screen. All right. I'm gonna open my eyes up. There. Oh my gosh. Ah, they got so dry. Ah. Okay. Okay, so you only gain XP for successes, not for setbacks. And then every 10, you gain 1 renown and a bonus. Renown is gained from accomplishments and collecting Midnight Muscadines. Spend renown on improvements. You can improve attributes, gain a new jam jar, increase your inventory slots, and more. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand. Okay. Creating your character. Woohoo! Choose your background. Determine your attributes and max endurance. Note your protection, etc., etc. Okay, I'll just make sure I do all those things. I'll just go in order. Okay, no one is born a marmoteer. Each must be accepted into the guild. Members come from a wide range of backgrounds. Backgrounds help determine your starting attributes, set your max endurance, give you special abilities, determine your protection. Okay, so this is basically my job class. Okay. I don't want to create my own. I'm just gonna pick one. Let's see. So, apiarist. Ah, they keep bees. That's cute. That's fun. It looks like a little fencing helmet. I guess this is for the smoke. That's cool. Cartographer. Lore, keeper of the land, seeker of the lost places. I'm really interested in that like barista job class. Wait, did they post about that? Could I do that? I bet they didn't actually post the stats and whatnot, did they? Let me look. Let's see. I don't think they did. That would be fun though, wouldn't it? The Hearthkeeper. What is it? It just says what they are. I wonder if I could use that and just make it up. That's okay. Dang. Okay, because that's what I want to be. But when it exists, for now I'll just choose between one of the ones that's here. Forager, part scavenger, part alchemist, part storyteller. Okay. Flavorful persuasion. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay. Healer. Oh, it's Vivi. Not really, but I love that. That's so fun. Keeper of old remedies, spirit tender, quiet watcher of the boundary between life and death. Okay. Hunter, steward of nature's balance, keeping old traditions alive through your daily work. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. Wanderlustian, you're a seeker of the unknown, spreader of news, chroniclers of the road. It's like the bard, I guess. Cool. Okay, so that's all I got. Okay. Well, I am playing solo. Right now I'm leaning towards Forager. Yeah. Okay, let's be Forager. You know the land by scent and soil, by the melody of roots that sing and mushrooms that hum. You collect succulent vegetables, lost herbs, and wildernite fruits that only bloom in the hush of dawn or the stories of twilight. Your tools are equal parts practical, cherished, and intuitive, built for those who read the biomes like a well-loved book. Cool. Okay, hang on. Okay. So first is I need the background. That's what I chose. And the background is forager. Okay, and then attributes and max endurance. Let's see here. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. Proficiencies are in willpower and strength. I'm gonna not make a note of that. Protection is 1d6. Okay. Just put the d6. Starting abilities. Trained eye. When collecting ingredients, burn a card to re-roll your check. Just keeping the better result and avoiding any consequences on a setback. I guess I'll just copy that. I'm just gonna take this part out because I think it's kind of implied that of course I would keep the better check. Okay. So trained eye, and then the other one is flavorful persuasion. Temporary sense of trust and comfort. They may cast your jam's magic once after the taste. Okay, nice. Cool. I just okay, so I save that. Cool. Why does it keep jumping around the page on the side like that? Okay. Determine your attributes and max endurance. Okay. Attributes represented by a die rating ranging from D4 to D12 and a possible. Okay. D4, D4, D6, D8 to each attribute, and then I can step up the proficient attributes. I see. Okay, so it's kind of like usage die, but in reverse. Okay, so for the forager, I was proficient in willpower and strength. Okay, so D4, D4, D6, D8. Willpower and strength. So I'm gonna guess those are important. I'm gonna make D4, D4, D6, D8. I'm gonna make this one the most important. Probably have a monthly pay thing for backer kit. The question is, do I get an extra dice or substratum? Ooh, that's tough. I already got, I think Substratum Protocol you can get in a bundle. I'm shocked you don't already own it, because I think I own it twice. And then I need to step up the two that I'm proficient in, which are willpower and strength. Yep. Cool. My heart is the lowest. Oopsies. I might own it, but it would be the physical book. I see. Yeah, that's a tough choice. I don't know. I am a little bit picky with the books that I get physical copies for. Game looks cool though. We should play it. Ooh. All right. Yep, I got that. Endurance. Represents your ability to withstand a hardship or adversity. Your max endurance is determined by your chosen background. Okay. Max endurance 6. There's nowhere for me to write my max endurance. It's just endurance. So or maybe I'll just do this. 6 out of 6. Cool. Cool. Okay. So, got that note. Your protection. Starting abilities. Dang it, protection. The protection. Okay, I did that. 1d6. Okay, protection. Starting abilities. Craft your Marmoteer's jar. Gather ingredients and create your first spell. Okay. Let me read this part. Your outfit, equipment, and experiences. Experiences allow you to resist physical and mental harm. Protection is represented by a die rating ranging from D4 to D12 and a possible modifier. Roll your protection die and reduce any endurance loss by the result. I see. Optionally, oh, it's like defense. Optionally, burn cards to add additional protection die to your roll and describe how you put forth additional effort to protect yourself. Okay. Protection may become damaged due to setbacks, adversary actions, or narrative developments. You can mark the damaged box. Ah. Okay, yeah, when your protection has been damaged, I see. When protection is damaged, the die used is 1 step lower. Protection may be repaired during a long rest, clearing the damaged box. Your protection may be temporarily or permanently increased, such as through advancement or abilities. Okay, so I rewrote that down. In public areas of most towns, one can find a perch of echoes with long, narrow shelves where people can leave messages in tiny labeled jars for others to pick up and read. Messages are often anonymous, ranging from advice and confessions to poetry and riddles. That's fun. It's a cute little bit of world building. Okay. Abilities allow you to bend or modify the rules. Yep. Okay. Abilities do not require a check. I already got my 2 starting abilities. Okay. Craft your Marmoteer's jar. Sketch what your jar looks like on your character sheet. There it is. There's my jam jar. Oh, here. Not very good at drawing. Do I need to? It's fine. The jam jar a Marmoteer carries is crafted by filtering the magic from muscadines into a pure crystalline form. Each jar is unique to the Marmoteer. Just pretend there's a really cute little jar there. I cannot draw, so. Let's see. Choose 2 ingredients as your starting ingredients on the ingredients table. Add them to your ingredient pouch. And then I'm going to use 1 ingredient to craft my first pure magical jam with the D6 impact die. Okay, so pick 2 ingredients to have. Let's see. See me nots. Disguise yourself. Find water. Protective barrier. Communicate telepathically with one being. Influence a being's attitude 1 step. Create a healing bomb. Repel shadows and nightmares or contact. Ooh! That sounds fun. Make binding agreements that parties are compelled to uphold. Ooh. Produce a small basket of gifts or attract a helpful spirit. Prevent nightmares. Okay. Okay, I want the cap shake and the wicket read. That's it. And then the wicket read. Add them to your ingredient pouch. Oh. Oops. Okay. So they're in my ingredient pouch. Using 1 ingredient, craft your first pure magical jam by writing the ingredient in one of your jam jar slots and noting its magical effect. Okay. I'm going to do this one, the attracting a helpful spirit. And then it has a impact die of D6. Okay. That's fun. Oh, these are all heart cards, I see. Okay, equip yourself. A character has items and gear. Gear serve narrative purposes and can be used in role-playing feats, but does not have an impact die, does not occupy inventory slots. Characters are expected to have the gear needed for their journeys, such as bedrolls, tents, food, and other personal belongings. Players do not have to write down and keep track of pieces of gear, but may do so if they become significant somehow. Items occupy inventory slots and have an impact die rating ranging from D4 to D12 and a possible modifier rolled in checks when a character uses that item. Your items may become damaged due to setbacks. Okay. One step lower when they're damaged. Okay, that makes sense. Items could be basically anything. Both items and gear can be found, crafted, purchased, or traded for. NPCs across both Nim and the Wilder Knight may be able to improve your items and gear. Characters start with 4 inventory slots and with 1 D6 item. Use your imagination or roll on the table. Okay. It says roll on the table, but these are cards, so I guess I'll just draw a card. I'm not rolling. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't... Items, it says, items take up inventory slots. Do I have an inventory? It's here, but these aren't the same as a potion. Is it okay for me to just put stuff here? I guess it just takes up a slot as if it was a... Okay. 4 inventory slots and 1 D6 item. Okay, so it's another D6 item because it does have an impact. I only have 4 slots. For now, I'm just going to put an X here just to show that I don't have these slots. I can't put stuff there. Okay, so let's draw a card and see what I get. Shuffle a little bit. Okay. The 10 of clubs. A brindle howl whistle. I don't know what the heck that is. I'm just gonna add it to my character sheet and I'll worry about what it does later. Maybe I can Google it. Or not Google it, but nope. I have no idea what that does. The heck is a brindle howl? No idea. Cool. So I put it in my inventory. No idea what that does. Okay. Guilds. Guilds permeate Nimian and the Wildering folk cultures. You are the member of the Marmoteers Guild by default and gain their benefit of a magic jar. Pick an additional guild you are a member of and gain its unique benefit. You can also create one NPC that is a member of one of your guilds. You may do this during character creation or at any time during play. A character with Cloud Coven membership can say they are friends with Fols Aristed, a tarot keeper in charge of record keeping at Cloudlight University, and may visit them to see if they can get access to their tarot reading logs. I see. That makes sense. Guilds also have agendas, which you may influence whether through advancement or the actions of your character. Okay, let's see. Is there a place to put down what guilds I'm in? I guess I'm in the Marmoteers Guild. Favored feathers. Hats are decorated with feathers of different colors to signify one's relationship with others. A friend's feather could mean loyalty, while a vibrant feather gifted from a marmoteer might signify their protection or respect. I guess because we're marmoteers by default, so I want to pick the other one that I'm in. Cool. Here's all the different guilds. Here. That way I don't cover them up. I'm just gonna... Cloud Coven of... Okay. University... Coven of Witches. Okay, the Fieldhouse Thieves and Pickpockets. Are they allowed to have a guild? Like, we're the Fieldhouse. You can be a thief or a pickpocket to join us. Like, how do you advertise for membership? Don't know about that one. Meadow Larch. Shipping and selling black market goods. No. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm thinking guild, like there's a guild house and there's, you know, they have membership drives and stuff, but these do not sound like the kind of guilds that would want that. Okay, I'm gonna pick Verdant Guard. Primary keepers of knowledge of the growth of ingredients and operators of NIMS agriculture. I think that makes sense for my job class too. Or background, sorry. It's Verdant Guard. So, I'm Flora Expert, so I get another ability. Woohoo! So your time tending to plants has left you with the innate understanding of where likely draw. Okay, I'm just gonna put the effect. I don't need all that flavor text. What are we playing tonight? Just got done with scouts for tonight. Hey, I am playing the preview version of this cute game that's currently backer kit funding called Midnight Muscadines. It's a cozy dark game about making magical jam. Okay, I'm still creating my character. Okay, so I joined the guild. Character details. Now that you have an idea of who your character is, write down their name and pronouns. Ooh, a name. Okay. Name, huh? Okay. These are cute. I'm using my D20 random tables book that I have, and there's one for stellaral names. I think I'm gonna roll for one of those because they look cool. I want a stellaral. Oh, but I'm a forager. Maybe I should get like a more naturey kind of name. Dragon names, elemental names, elven forest names, fey creature names, legendary heroes. I want a person. No, okay. Okay, hang on. Nature. Okay, I'm going to behind the names, and then they have based on meanings. Let's see. Ooh, let's do something that's tree themed. Elwood. Oh, that sounds familiar. I feel like I had a character. Name of some herb. I have a random table of 100 herbs. Oh, that's cute. I don't know if I want an herb name. It's a little too on the nose. I'm gonna pick one of these. Little Chinese names. Guishang. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Guishang. Or Gui. Is it Guishang, actually? Guishang or Guishang? That doesn't help me. Kuei Sheng. Kuei Sheng. I'm sure there's Kuei Sheng. That's a cool name. That's masculine. I didn't really want to make a dude character. Hang on. Can I? Alright, it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Maybe that's fine. Let's make a dude. Cool. This is the name. Kuei Sheng. Ooh, name generator. Verdiana. Oh, that's cute. Okay. You do get to name things. That is a cute name. Alright, let's do it. Just redeeming using all your money. Okay. Nice. Okay, the style. I'm gonna roll a d20 for their style. I know. All the money. It's an 11. Firefly Chaser. Always chasing small moments of wonder, collecting glow bugs and twinkling memories. Cool. Makes it sound like they're kind of impulsive. Okay. Nice. That's a mackerel. Holy mackerel. Finally, determine a quirk. This is something odd that your character does or thinks, helping to make them unique. Alright, so let's roll for that as well, shall we? $17. Procrastinating perfectionist. Uh-oh. Oh, procrastinating perfectionist. Well, ha ha ha. How unrelatable. Don't know what that's like. Oh no. Okay. Kind of ironic given the other details about them, but that's fine. It's funny. It's a little too relatable. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Players use dice to perform checks when the outcome of their actions is uncertain. Interact with the card deck by revealing cards when prompted, acquiring them during setbacks, burning them to use abilities, alter jams, and empower their items, spells, feats, or protection. When the deck is empty, the discard pile is shuffled. Okay. Okay. I think we already did that. If playing solo or you are uncertain of the DR, you may reveal a card and use its suit to determine the DR. Okay. I see. The Grand Tome of Tiny Deeds was gifted to every Nimian town by the Pilcrow Guild, a public ledger where folks record everyday acts of kindness they witness. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. Hang on, I just realized there's something stuck in my hair. What is that? Probably food of some sort. Alright, goodbye. Okay, risk represents the level of unknown and danger characters face when journeying in the Wildernite and Nim, which increases, yeah, okay. More localized risk always takes priority. The higher the risk, the more drama and unpredictability should be injected in the narrative, while the lower the risk, the more peaceful and cozy the atmosphere should be. Okay, makes sense. Okay, we already talked about that. Impact die. We set that up there already. In all cases, the impact die can be stepped up or down to account for narrative considerations. Okay. Players should always describe how they're using their item before adding its impact die to the check. Before rolling, players may burn one or more cards from their hand to increase the impact of their action, adding one additional impact dice for each card burned. Okay, I see. Yeah, that helps because the more failures you have, the more you can kind of power that because well, not failures, sorry, setbacks. So when you get setbacks, you get cards that you can burn. What is a feat? Players can often find creative solutions and approaches that do not involve an item or spell. The impact die represents the effectiveness of the player's actions, preparations, or arguments in the particular situation. Players then use that impact die when attempting a check. Okay. These types of actions are called feats. Effectiveness of the player's actions. Okay, so it's kind of like if you did other stuff that give you an advantage in doing something, then it's like a feat. Because it's not just a regular check, you prepared or you argued in your favor stuff. There's stuff that influenced the check, basically. It's like advantage. When you want to perform an action with an unknown outcome, make a check. Okay, set the difficulty rating. Reveal a number of cards matching the current region's risk. For each black card, the DR increases by 1. Roll attribute die plus impact dice. If the score is equal to or greater than, you gain a success. With each multiple of the DR granting an additional success. With a DR of 5, a score of 5 to 9 is 1. Okay, I see. It's based on the difficulty rating. So if the difficulty rating is 5 and you get 15, then that's 3 successes. I see. Okay. So you get more successes for kind of going well above the difficulty. Success, you mark 1 XP, gain control of the moment in the scene, narrate what happens next, lower the challenge or resolve, collect ingredients. Okay. Setbacks, add the top card of the deck to your hand, narrate what happens as a consequence of the setback, injecting tension in the scene, either a narrative consequence or a mechanical one. In addition, adversaries take their actions. Okay. Challenges or obstacles without active. Okay, we talked about that already. For instance, if attempting to persuade a stubborn baker, DR5 RS2, to give you a free slice of pie, players may use role-playing feats or persuasive magic to gain 2 successes. A setback could result in an infuriated baker banning you from the premises or a friendly baker asking for a favor in exchange for the pie. I see. When fording a river, each success could see the characters make it further into the waters, while a setback could see the rope strung across the river break, causing a hit to their endurance as they tumble downstream, etc., etc. Okay, I see. Adversaries are made up of a difficulty rating, resolve, actions, and their abilities. They do not have attributes, do not make checks. Let's resolve. Step up the... Okay. Mobs of adversaries may be grouped together as a single entity. Creatures and folks will not always be adversaries. If they do not actively oppose the character's actions or objectives, focus on actions affecting the situation. Okay. I think I understand. Hello. I'm doing all right. How are you, Iris? Good to see you. I'm reading through the rulebook for this game, trying to get a handle on it. I think I'm done creating my character, so now I'm reading through the rules before we get going a little bit. Okay. Turns. On a setback, one adversary acts. Okay. Determine the DR, normally lower than the adversary's DR. For each success during the check, the effect is enhanced. Okay, I see. Yeah, how are you? How are you? It's pretty cozy so far, trying to understand. Okay. Flee or escape. V... Oh, I understand. Oh, what? The week just started already. Can't wait for the weekend. That's cute. Let's see. When a player's check results in a setback, one adversary takes a number of actions equal to its AC. Action. They may take actions affecting the narrative or use their abilities. Abilities with a die rating can lower the character's endurance. Okay. When adversaries feel outnumbered or see their leader give in or fall, reveal a card to determine how they react. Okay, adversary morale. I see. Conditions are negative narrative aspects attached to a character. Okay. Each condition takes at least one inventory slot. All slots are full of conditions. Oh, so conditions affect you because they take up inventory space. Yeesh. I see. That makes a lot of sense. That's a cool way of doing it. It does make your dice get stepped down. I see. So these are a couple of conditions. Exhausted, poisoned, annoyed, wounded, homesick. Okay, yeah. Teacup collectors. It is customary to exchange handcrafted teacups as tokens of friendship or appreciation. As a token. It's either as tokens or as a token. They kind of went for both. Entire collections are displayed in Nimian homes or businesses and are considered a sign of great respect. Oh, that's actually so cute. Okay. Resting. Okay, we talked about that already. There's a short rest and a long rest. NPCs. Most encounters with NPCs will not result in an adversarial conflict, but the nature of each encounter should make sense in the narrative context. If an NPC's attitude is not obvious, reveal a card. Okay. Beasts of Burden. Got wrangled by my fam for a bit. I have survived. Welcome back. Nimians ride large rodent-like creatures called mossbacks. They're giant capybaras. Aren't they so cute? Known for their growing thick moss because of their love of laying in any source of water, especially puddles after a rain. The thick moss acts as a soft saddle to ride them. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. Magical jam. Marmoteers carry their magical jar. Priceless objects made from midnight muscadines refined to a crystalline substance of pure magical essence. This allows marmoteers to concoct unique jams with up to 4 ingredients and then cast spells by eating a small portion of the jam inside. As you travel, you will come across ingredients that can greatly alter the effects of your jam. Spells can be used narratively and for checks. Whenever a jam is used, mark its usage track. When the track is filled, draw a card to see if your jam skunks, then clear the track to start over. Jars start with 4 uses but can expand up to 6 through advancement. Players can burn cards to increase or tweak the spell's effects, but ingredients do not specifically state what those changes are. Burning a card for a pure Cloud Bloom jam may increase the amount of rain produced, or instead, turn rain to hail. The effect can change between casts. Use your imagination or discuss it with the other players. I don't know, guys. This game is seeming real sandboxy to me. When used for checks, the spell's impact die is based on the number of ingredients in the jam. Like the other impact dice, players can burn cards to add 1 additional die. Okay. Characters can search for ingredients, make a check, draw 1 card per success, select 1 to keep added to your pouch. So you can have multiple successes, but you only get to keep 1. Specific ingredients can be found and collected when it makes sense narratively. As with any check, a setback will trigger a narrative or mechanical consequence. Ingredients can also be acquired in purely narrative ways, such as through trade and barter or from defeated adversaries. While a character can carry any number of ingredients in their pouch, they are consumed when added to a jam. That makes sense. So a pure jam has 1 ingredient, has less impact die. That's interesting. It has more impact the more ingredients you have inside. Interesting. Okay. Jar contains 4 slots. When resting, you can modify the jam by creating pure jam. Oh yeah, because you can burn cards, I think, to take stuff out or put stuff in. During a rest, you can cleanse your jar and create a pure jam with a single ingredient taken from your pouch. Erase all ingredients, write the new ingredient in the suit slot of your choosing. When adding an additional ingredient, burn a card from an unused suit. Jam, that's all I do as a bard. This is like a fruit jam. It's a little different. It's how magic is used in this world. That's cute though. Okay. Add the ingredient in the appropriate slot, clear the usage track, and increase the impact die. Adding another ingredient creates a new magical jam and can drastically alter the resulting spell. Add the new ingredient's effects to the existing effects by combining them in some way. Any of the words can be used and their meanings interpreted. Mechanical effects can be concluded. Oh, that's cute. Included, as is, modified, or even transformed. Okay. So, for example... A cling sweet / spotted mask hybrid jam could have the effect influence a being to only speak lies or see through a being's attitude to understand their true intentions. Both are valid. Because the spotted mask dispels magic, cling sweet influences a being's attitude, so you can sort of combine words. That's so cool. Cool. Okay. So it's kind of up to you. This reminds me a little bit of the Magus. The way magic was handled there. It's fun. Okay. Skunked jam. Jams prepared to use in the field are at risk of going bad. Yep. Yeah, okay. Clear your usage track each time you test to see if your jam has skunked. Remove the ingredient associated with the matching suit slot. If the card suit... doesn't match any ingredient, the jam is safe. There's a wide variety of possible flora and fauna ingredients in Nim and the Wildernite. Most are untested. And so you can kind of discover stuff as you go. I see. Cool. So here are the ingredients. We've already talked about a lot of them. They did say they weren't going to have all of the items in this because it's just a preview edition. And still quite a few. Look, there's another typo here. Creature. Cool. These are so neat. Oh, the moth wings. That's so pretty. Fun. Okay, solo. Many Marmoteers venture across the world as solitary adventurers, like me. Some act as merchants and traders, while others are explorers seeking magic, hidden places, or juicy gossip. A brave few roam the lands looking to lend skills or magic to those in need, while others still run markets and stores, gathering stories from their customers. The rules are the same. The most difficult aspect of playing solo is getting started. It's a toolbox, stand for many aspects of a game mentor, so you can still discover adventures, characters, and complications as they unfold. Cool. Okay, so the core gameplay loop. That's what I like to see. An inciting incident. So your character is making preparations for or discovering the reason to head out into the wilderness. And then you encounter some obstacles, and then you achieve your goal and end on a cozy note. It's kind of a core gameplay loop. I see. When you're comfortable, expand on it. Okay. All right, so that's the general idea. So something happens, you run into 2 to 5 obstacles, and then you overcome them, and hopefully you end... Yeah, Wildernite. It is a nice name, isn't it? Each step of your journey is broken up into smaller scenes. This loop revolves around understanding what is happening in the scene, building upon the story, and reacting to it before moving on to the next scene. Okay, yeah. When in doubt, use a mentor prompt. Imagine the scene, take action, determine the outcome, narrate what happens. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Storytelling tip, inciting incidents. Even happy bucolic stories have something going on, and an inciting incident is what kicks off the adventure. I see. You can approach the inciting incident during play or open your first scene in the middle of it, called in media res. Yep, and that is, do you play through the... Okay. Cool. Initial event, pulling your character away from their daily routine. Alright, I see. I think I understand. As a solo player, you are fully in control of your characters and story, which is both exciting and daunting. Yes, we just did that yesterday. You don't need to have all the answers from the outset, just enough to spark the beginning of your story. This chapter will guide you through your first steps to ensure your journeys have a solid start. You can find tables to help you in the Oracles and Table section. Determine the theme, tone, and genre of your story. These act as a solid foundation, but can also change over time as your story develops naturally. See the theme, tone, and genre tables if you aren't sure. Build out the opening world. Create a few NPCs your character knows or will quickly run into. Determine the starting location. Build your character. We did that. How they know the NPCs. Okay. Create an inciting incident. What is the spark that starts your character on their path? See the ideas, hook, gossip, and rumors tables if you need help. And then you go from there. Okay, I see. Okay, theme, tone, and genre tables. Let's do that. So let's roll and see what the theme, tone, and genre of this story is. Which, I don't know if I will continue this or if I will just kind of start over when the full game comes out, but, you know, it gives us a starting point for today at least. Where's my... Aha. Let's use this one. So, theme... Twilight Danger. Okay. Twilight Danger. Oh, you know what? Let me make a little obsidian file for this. Let's do that. Make a new folder. Midnight Muscadines. Hey. Okay. Why isn't Obsidian showing up? There it is. Let me hide the dice cam for a second. New note. Preview. Okay, so let's see. So it's the character. I already forgot the name. Verdiana. That is such a main character name. It's main character energy. Verdiana the Forager. forger who is a procrastinating perfectionist who also gets distracted by her many daydreams of the wilderness. Cute. Okay, so theme of the story was Twilight Danger. Okay. So then, let's put this back. So now we're going to roll for the tone. 18 is lingering sorrow. Okay. We'll have to think on this a bit. And then the genre. Oh gosh, there's so many. What? Steampunk adventure? Psychological horror. Interesting. This is a fun table. I don't know how I feel about these things. 6. Cozy cosmic. Okay, I see. What does that mean? I feel so old. What does this mean? Cozy cosmic. How can we cozy if there's danger and sorrow? Let's see. So let me see. How do we go back? Stories foundation. A town in Nim. Okay, let's go back and look at the map. Where'd the map go? I think we should be out in the wilds. Let's say Fauxshire. Fauxshire? I want to know more about these places. I don't know anything about these places. Okay. Verdi. I like that. That's cute. Verdi. Okay. Deep in the Sylvanas wilds. Was attacked. I'm going to fridge her parents right away, so sorry. It's lingering sorrow, so... Okay, Verdi is the town of Fauxshire. deep in the Sylvanas wilds. In her childhood, Fauxire was attacked and her parents were both killed. Verdi was adopted by one of the other townsfolk and raised to be a good forager. Her adoptive family treated her well, but she always felt as if something was missing in her life. Due to what happened, many villagers, including her new family, feared leaving Fauxire. However, now that she's reached adulthood, Verdi wishes to venture out of her small town and see the world beyond, the great, wide world her parents used to tell her stories of. I don't know what cozy cosmic means, but there's a little bit of lingering sorrow and there's some twilight danger for you. However, the forces that led to her parents' deaths are still out there. However, the forces that led to her parents' deaths are still out there. She knows little about them and little about the world of Nim outside Fauxire. Alright, so I think that's gives a good little, like, that's what the story is about. And then... okay. NPCs, your character knows. Yeah, got all that, I think. Uh-huh. I forget who, but they did something with Cozy Cosmic. I'll try to find it later. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think I have an idea just from context clues. Feels kind of like solar punk to me, I think, but we'll see. Okay. What is the spark that starts your character on their path? See, the ideas, hooks, gossip, and rumors table. Ah. Okay, so there's a settlement generator. I think there's a lot of stuff that, mysteries, adventures, okay. Okay. Maybe I'll just play through this adventure. But I want her to leave the town, so maybe I won't do that one. Okay, so I just need something to be a reason for her to go out into the world. I see. Okay, so there's supposed to be... oops. Ooh, I don't need to see all that. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. I'll have a look at that later. 3 main ways to document. No wrong ways to play a solo game. So journalers, yep. Reporters, noting... okay, that's kind of... reporters play out scenes in their imagination, occasionally noting details they don't want to forget. After a scene or game session is completed, they document a summary. Ah, that's kind of fun. Note takers, keep the bulk... okay. I see. I think I'm kind of a mix between a journaler and a reporter. Yeah, okay. Should be an inciting incident, but there's supposed to be all these different tables of hooks, gossip, and rumors. There's only a gossip table, so I'm gonna use my other thing, my little other book, for a reason to go. Let's see. Encounters, jobs, and rumors, quests. Rumors in a mountain village. It's not really a mountain village, but I think that's a good one. Okay. So I can roll my d20 for this. Okay. So I'm using this d20 random tables book that I quite like. 15. So there's a shepherd with a talking goat. Okay. That's such a funny reason to go on a quest. Okay, alright. I see. Okay. There should be an NPC. I'm just gonna name him John because I don't care. John, Verdi's, shepherd. Okay, so John, Verdi's mentor forager, has had just enough of her restlessness. She's mentioned before about wanting to leave the town to explore, but lacks the drive to actually go out there. Despite her hopes and dreams, Faushire is all that Verdi has ever known. So one day, John loudly mentions hearing rumors of a shepherd in a neighboring settlement that has a talking goat. It's not much of a reason, but it's enough of a spark for Verdi. "Tell me if the goat really talks back when you meet him," John says with a grin, patting Verdi on the back. "I will, and I'll keep a lookout for some cool plants I can use for jam." "Yeah, you do that." Cool. All right. That's enough of a reason. She just needed a reason to go. She just needed somebody to pat her on the back and say, "Get out there." Okay. So let's see here. And how do we go out and about? So whether in Nim or across the Wildernite, you will encounter fantastical creatures and interesting folk. Creatures are generally not sentient, but may have intelligence, while folk are always sentient and intelligent. Collectively, creatures and folks are called beings. Oh, hang on. Put that back. Okay. Nimians. That's what we are. Oh, there's lots of different types of people I see. Okay. Maybe I should do that. Oh. Rule summary. Mysteries. Okay. Okay, so I think we just need to go and have a look-see. Descriptor, landmark. Oh, okay, so these are for settlements. I see. Otherwise, I guess we just need to go. Is there like an exploration table on like what we need to do to actually go out and explore? Maybe not. Hang on, let me go back to this. Advice for play. Low or no prep adventuring. Okay. Okay, we got the inciting incident. Now you know the who, what, where, when. Think about how your character encounters the inciting incident, and then play to find out the why of it all. Okay. But are there any rules for adventuring? Well, because it says we're supposed to roll. Oh, when collecting ingredients. I don't know if I can actually do that yet. I can do checks, but it doesn't seem like there's any rules for exploration just now. Like, I know what to do. Oh, collecting ingredients. Characters can search for ingredients, make a check. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the map. Okay, so there's all these different hexes, and if I treat this like rift breakers where every hex is 10 miles, makes sense, because if Fauxhire is like a small town and it's like 10 miles from one side to one side, whereas Cloudlight is like 20 miles because it's twice as large, right? Okay, so let's say that there's supposed to be a settlement. I'm gonna roll to see where the settlement is. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d8 for the direction. And I'll just start from north and go around. Okay. So a 1 is north, and an 8 would be like northwest, because you're just going clockwise around. It's 3, so it's north, northeast, east. Okay? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 hexes to the east, so that's like 30 miles, so it's within 30 miles, so I'll roll the d20 and the d10 to see how many miles away it is. It's a 1 and a 10, so it's 11 miles. Okay, so off we go to Fauxhire, or out of Fauxhire. Okay, so let's see here. So we're here. It's 10 miles, so it's like 1 hex away, so it's close enough. But I think that's enough to like kind of spark the story and just be a taste of what this game is about, right? Okay, so we're just kind of traipsing through the woods. I don't think there's very much difficulty. Let me see. I'll have to do a check. Difficulty rating. I think this should just be a normal challenge, so let's say it's 8. If playing solo, okay, it's just a normal challenge. So as we are exploring, let's try to collect some ingredients. So what did I just say it was? Shoot. Normal is an 8. consult the ingredients to see what it is. All right, now we don't have a full, oh, so it's one of these, okay. So I'll make a check. Do I just roll in general? Can I say that this is willpower? Because I have to analyze and look for things, right? Solve. It doesn't say, it just says make a check. Or do I just do a random check? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't really know. Make a check. Set the difficulty rating. Reveal the number of cards matching the current region's risk. Oh. I don't think we have much risk. I'm just kind of in the vicinity. Reveal, okay. Roll attribute die and impact dice. Okay, yeah, so I have to decide. It doesn't say, if I'm just gathering, collecting ingredients and I'm gathering, it just says make a check. It doesn't say what kind of check. But I think, all things considered, it would make sense for this to be a willpower check, because I'm like analyzing, right? Like I'm analyzing these surroundings and trying to see what I can find. I just don't think it's any of these other ones. So I'm gonna roll attribute die plus impact dice. What is the impact? Attribute die, impact dice? Items, spells, and feats. Okay. Oh, I see. So I'm not using any impact die because I'm not using any items or anything. Nope. So I'm just going to make a check, which in this case is it's a D10, but the DR is an 8. So I have to roll an 8 or above on a D10? That doesn't seem right. Okay. Well, let's do it. Need to roll an 8 or above on a D10. That seems like it's going to be difficult to do. Where's all my D10s at? Yeah, good luck, LOL. Your dice rolls weren't made for that. I know, right? Gosh. Right. Here, I'll put my dice cam back on so y'all can see, because this is about to not be great. I have such beautiful die, but they hate me. There it is. Look at this beautiful die, and it's about to do me wrong. I just know it. Do y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that? Okay. Yeah, but on the other hand, you can't just, if it was too high of a success rate, you would just be finding magical things left and right, so I understand. Cool. Setback will trigger a narrative or mechanical consequence. All right, so that was a setback for sure, because I didn't find anything. So then I get to add the top card of my deck to my hand, narrate what happens as a consequence of the setback. All right, well, you know, Verdi has been trained her whole life as a forager, but she's only stayed within the town or very close to Fauxshire. So she's like, oh my gosh, I get to put all of my skills into practice. I'm out. I'm alone, unsupervised, and wandering the wilds. Surely nothing will go wrong, but she can't find anything. It's very sad. She's like, wow, my first day away from home, and maybe they were right about me. She's just really sad. But I got the top card of the deck in my hand, and it's a Queen of Clubs, which is pretty cool. I do love this card. Okay, thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate you. Hopefully things get a little bit better. This is my hand, which I guess maybe should be a secret, but I am streaming a solo game, so y'all can see that. I've got that. Cool. Either a narrative consequence or a mechanical one. Yeah, I mean, I didn't break anything, so let's just say that she didn't find anything. It's already quite sad. There's no adversaries, so we just fail to find anyone. Okay, but she did travel. I guess let me just make a check to see if she traveled okay. Or if anything strange happened. So let's say that this is a dexterity check and she's traveled. Wait, if I treat this as a normal challenge, but I'm rolling a d6 and a normal challenge is an 8. So it's impossible for me to roll a d8 or to roll an 8 with a dexterity of... Oh! When collecting ingredients, burn a card to reroll your avoid any consequences on a setback. Well, there weren't really any real consequences anyway. It's just kind of sad. Draw an additional card when collecting. I did not collect anything, so... Is that really all I get to roll? Because that seems kind of like... If the difficulty... If the difficulty rating is an 8 and that's normal... But I only have one stat that's a D10. I only have one stat that allows me to roll an 8. So if it's not willpower, I basically just fail. Because there's no way I can get a success, a normal success. I don't know, am I understanding the rules right? That seems a little... Dice to perform checks. I guess the idea is you have setbacks, so I get cards that I can then burn. Right? Because now I have a card that I can burn. Items, spells, and role-playing feats are assigned an impact dice. Yeah. But that's only if I did something cool to, like, earn it, so... Okay. I think I'm understanding the rules correctly. If I don't have a feat, because I'm not using any items or anything. Can be used in role-playing feats, but does not have an impact type. Yeah, so it really seems like the only check that I can actually succeed anything that isn't easy is willpower, because that's a D10. Everything else is a D6 or below, so there's no way I can hit an 8 on them. I guess I can use the jam in my inventory, because I can attract a helpful spirit to help me, right? But there's usage. There's supposed to be usage. The jam, this is for this jam usage. But is this not a jam? I'm confused. Okay, hang on. Let me go back and look at the character creation. I must be missing something. This seems a little too... craft your Marmoteer's jar. Create your first spell. One of your jam jar slots. Okay, it was supposed to go here. It's a heart type. Okay. Okay, I think I understand now. So these are for items, which I only have the one item right now. I see. So this was supposed to go in the jam jar, so I put it in the wrong place. Okay, so I can use my jam jar to attract a helpful spirit. So I'm going to use this spell. Okay, I think I understand a little better now. Because I was going to say, I was like, there's no way I can succeed. So I have to come up with a creative way to use what I've got. Okay, so I'm going to take a bite of my Wicked Reed jam. Wicked Reed jam to attract a helpful spirit. Okay. Okay, so on her way east, Verdi tries to use her training to forage for ingredients, but finds nothing, which disheartens her. She starts to feel as if perhaps her training isn't of much use outside the immediate vicinity of Fauxshire. Heading east towards the rumored settlement, Verdi has a bite of her wicked reed jam to try to attract a helpful spirit, or to use, cast a spell in an attempt to attract a helpful spirit. After all, she's never had to navigate so far into the wilds alone before. So now I'm just going to roll my check. So it's a D6 and, I'm using heart, I think, because I'm trying to persuade the spirit, right? So D6 for the impact of the jam and D4 for, like, that. Okay, so it's a D4 and a D6. I think that makes sense, right? But let's see. I am able to have, like, I have flavorful persuasion, so they have a temporary sense of trust with me. This is my main magic that I've, probably used before in the past, so let's say this is easy, so I just need a 5 to get a nice little spirit to help me. Cool, I was an 8, so actually I would have passed even if it was a normal challenge. That's good. And she does love the fireflies. Okay, so she succeeds in her magic and a friendly firefly-like spirit emerges to lead Verdi towards her desired destination. Okay, so let's generate, because there's the thingy I saw. Oh, you didn't see my dice roll. Hang on. Let me put that on so you can see it. Look, I did. I rolled an 8, 5, and a 3. So lest you think I made that up. Okay, so let's that away for a second. So there's something about the settlement creation. Yeah, so let's see what the settlement is about. Okay. So D6 for the size of the settlement. This is the settlement that has the dude, the shepherd with the talking goat. 3, so it's a village. So she arrives at the settlement in the late evening. It is a village. All right, okay, actually, I'll roll for the landmark, all that stuff. Okay, it's a village. Village has 1 landmark, 1 resource, 1 problem. This is in the woods, so I'll make the landmark the first section. It has a lichen spire. Their resources are furniture, and their problem is an angry dryad. Okay. I'm seeing the vision. Okay. Is there like a village name generator somewhere? Ah, settlement name. Okay, one more. Okay. So I'm gonna roll 2 d10s. D10. Yeah. Okay, the light colored one is gonna be the descriptor, and then the dark colored one is gonna be the landmark name. So that's gonna be the town name. Did I say the light one is the descriptor? I forgot. So, star. What a 6. Star song. Oh, that's cute. That's so cute. That's really cute. Okay. So she arrives at the settlement in the late evening, the village of Starsong, perhaps just a bit smaller than Fauxhire. The village specializes in crafting and selling furniture, which everyone is eager to show off to Verdi as she passes through. In the center of the village is a beautiful lichen spire with an angry dryad standing in front of it, shouting at people. Okay. Let's see here. Where's the NPC oracles? Decision oracle. This is where the machine gods oracles might be particularly helpful, but I guess for now I'm just gonna make stuff up. Give me the goat! It needs to be put down! Goats aren't supposed to talk! It's an abomination! The dryad is shrieking at the top of her lungs? Rudy isn't quite sure of the anatomy of dryads. Let's see, of dryad anatomy. A weary-looking man with a straw hat is attempting to reason with a dryad. Now, you can't just come into our village and call our livestock abominations. 'Tain't proper. Okay. Let's see. Can I fix this situation somehow? Because I just want to see the goat. Okay, the dryad seems unappeased. Meanwhile, the goat is nowhere in sight. Perhaps people are trying to keep the goat safe from this dryad. It would seem that if Verdi wants to see the goat to have a story to tell John, she's going to have to help sort the situation out. Let's see, flavorful persuasion. Okay. Oh, I did use the jam. I'm gonna use the jam again. Wicket read gem once more to produce a small basket of gifts to give the dryad, hoping to win her over. Okay. So, hey there. So, Verdi uses her Wicked Reed Jam once more to produce a small basket of gifts to give the dryad, hoping to win her over. Hey there, I'm Verdi, here visiting from Fauxhire. I've always wanted to meet a dryad. Have some of my jam, because I have that skill. That flavorful persuasion, where I can offer a taste of my jam to sweeten negotiations or inspire cooperation. They may cast your jam's magic once after the taste. That's interesting. So I'm using it again. So I think this is heart again with an impact die. I don't know. What's the, let's see what the difficulty. I feel like the difficulty should be relatively high. But I can burn a card, right? Okay. So I set the difficulty rating. I guess she's an adversary. How much resolve does she have? I don't know. Adversary's difficulty is unknown. DR8, RS2, AC1. I think that's fine. This is a starter situation, so let's say that this is a adversary dryad. Or angry dryad. Okay. So we've got those. Difficulty rating is resolve. So I succeed to bring down her resolve. So I've got to do this a couple times. May use role-playing feats or persuasive magic. Okay, let me see if I understand how this other skill works. Because I don't know. It's never good when the trees are angry. I know, right? But the goat didn't do anything. It's just talking. I don't even know what the goat is saying. What's the big deal? Where's the thing? Guild. Yeah, gain its unique benefit. No, that's not the one. That was one of my ones. This is one of my forager quests, or forager ones, I guess. Just says it inspires cooperation, granting a folk or creature a temporary sense of trust or comfort. I guess I get to decide what the impact die of that is because it doesn't say. So I'm gonna say that that gives me another D6 because that's pretty strong. It should be at least as helpful as my actual jam. Okay, so it's heart. So I'm gonna do D6, D4, and another D6. So 2 D6s and a D4. Okay. I think that sounds pretty reasonable. Just my dice cam, okay. 2 D6s and D4 for heart, because my heart is not very high. Okay, so her DR is 8, which is not good for me. Resolve is 2. Oh, I can burn a card, right? To do something. Where was the... I can burn a card. I can't remember how that works. Cards, burning them to use abilities, alter jams, or empower their... Yep, okay. So when I burn a card, what does that do? So I want that, because I think that just increases my, it's gonna increase my die, right? Let me see here. Discard a hand from your card from your hand to add ingredients, to add impact dice to a check. Yes. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna burn that card that I got earlier. She feels really sad about her setback earlier, so she uses that to fuel her determination. Oh, it goes into a discard. So that gets discarded. I'll put that over there. Okay, so I'm gonna add another D6 because that's an impact die, so it's gonna power up my spell or my gem or whatnot. Okay, so again, what I'm trying to do is she has an resolve of 2, which the resolve goes down by 1 every time I meet the the number of successes needed to overcome an adversary. So I need to roll a 16. I don't know what AC is. Ability. I don't know what AC was. I don't remember what AC was. Let's go back and look at the check thing. Oh, their actions. She has 1 action. Okay, so I'll have her do an action, I guess, if this doesn't work out. Okay, so I need to get a 16 to wear her down with my jams. I'm rolling 3 D6s and a D4. I don't think this is good because I need a 16. If I get the max, this is 18. 22 is the max I can get, so a 16 is going to be tough. $12, 13, 14, 15. I just needed one more. Just one. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, I forgot to get 1 XP because I think I succeeded earlier in navigating. So I do get 1 XP. Whoopee. Is there even a place to... Man. Oh, that was so close. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the Dryad's actions are, but I'll just make her do something. That's a failure, so I do get another card, which I will burn here in a moment. Okay, fueled by her earlier setback, Verdi tries her best, and the Dryad almost looks like she's about to step back, but Verdi falls just a little short. The Dryad is not convinced. The Dryad, in a huff, the Dryad takes the basket of gifts and a bite of the jam, using its magic to conjure up another basket of gifts for herself. At least someone around here has some manners. She seems a little more placated. Verdi tries to butter her up once more. You know, it's beneath you to cause a scene about some goat. It's not a big deal, is it? Is it? Okay, let's try again. Come on, you had my gem. I guess I'm not using the magic anymore, so I have my heart is a D4. I have a D6 from my ability, and I'll give myself another D6 because I'm burning this other card to try. But her resolve... No, her resolve did go down, actually, because I did get an 8, just not 2 8s. So her resolve did go down by 1, so I just have to get an 8 this time to lower her resolve down to 0. Okay, I see. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Let me write that down real quick. So the resolve did go down by 1, just not enough for her to be totally placated. Okay. And so I'm going to try one more time. So Verdi tries to butter her up. Like, come on, you had some of my jam. It's not a big deal. Just go away and leave the town in peace so I can talk to this goat. So this time I have 2 D6s and a D4. I just need an 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, whew, I got a 9. So very close, but I did it. Okay, this time the dryad is appeased, or let's see, is placated. Well, I'll let you all off the hook this time on account of Verdi's gift baskets, but I don't want that goat nibbling on any more of my sister trees, you hear? With that, the dryad disappears in a whirlwind of leaves. That's pretty good. Okay, the villagers gratefully thank Verdi, especially the tired-looking man from before. She's been here yelling about that goat all day. I mean, if the goat was really eating her sisters, I can imagine why she'd call it an abomination. With a shrug. Verdi says with a shrug, the dryad wasn't actually being so unreasonable after all. Makes a mental note to not immediately prejudge a situation, even if a dryad is shrieking at top volume. I'm also used to yelling at goats all day. Do they actually listen when you yell at them? Like, do they change their behavior? I feel like it seems a little futile to yell at a goat. Okay. No, they don't. They just judge me. Yeah, that sounds about right. So you can see everything I'm typing. Okay. Here, I'm going to add her name to the dictionary so I can stop seeing that red line. Okay. Okay. It After a round of thanks from those nearby, Verdi finally gets to see the talking goat. It turns out that it was being kept inside the mayor's house. It's kind of interesting just how much they're going through to protect this goat. Turns out that the goat is able to predict the weather. When she talks to it, the goat just blathers on about how windy it's going to be tomorrow. The goat's never wrong, John informs Verdi. Sometimes it even comments on some stuff that's more important. Wish it could have warned us about the dryad, though. It's no wonder all of Starsong is trying to protect it. How did the goat become able to speak anyway, Verdi asks. Beats me. It just started one day and we couldn't get it to stop. Make sure you keep me safe. That dryad has sharp claws. I can't do the bleeding noise. I try. I can't do it. I can't. Ugh. Anyway. Verdi bursts out into laughter. Even if it can talk, at the end of the day, it's still a goat after all. She's curious though. Why did this goat become able to speak? Could it have something to do with the trees it was nibbling on? After getting in a nice meal at the inn, Verdi decides to spend the night and head back home in the morning. John offers to let her stay with his family, though she'll have to share a room with his young daughters. Verdi agrees, although when she I'll just type it first. After getting in a nice meal at the mayor's house, Verdi decides to spend the night and head back home in the morning. John offers to let her stay with his family, though she'll have to share a room with his young daughters. Verdi agrees, although when she realizes how talkative and inquisitive they are, she almost wishes she hadn't. I suppose I'm just not used to all this excitement. Spends the night squished in amongst the children, dreaming of dryads and funny talking sheep. Okay. She spends the night squished in amongst the children, dreaming of dryads and funny talking sheep. That's the end of this scene, and I think that's where we can end it for today. It's kind of the beginning of an adventure. I think that's fun because you have a little bit more of like the overarching, she's finding her way, leaving the town she's lived in all her life, and it's not really some epic quest. She's just kind of taking her baby steps into the world. She doesn't have to leave on a quest. Wait, I named the villager John too. There's lots of Johns. It's fine. It's not John. Retired man who turns out to be named William, so no John. I don't know why I use the name John again. guess it was on my mind. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so I think that's a good place because it's low stakes, you know. She just goes on this little journey and then she's gonna go immediately back to her town, which is just like 1 hex tile away, and then from there we can lead into there's other quests or other things that may push her further out. But I like that her adventure starts with very quiet beginnings, and so it can be a little cozier at the beginning as she's just kind of going around, and then stuff can happen, right? So actually let me put this back because I should have gotten another EXP because I succeeded when I talked to the Dryad the second time. Actually, I technically had another success. So I technically had 2 successes because I brought down her resolve twice. But yeah. Nice. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for this tonight. Let me see here. Okay, so I think that's it for Midnight Muscadines. I think I gave it a good shot with the preview, and the preview had quite a lot of stuff in it. They did have some stat blocks for monsters and things. I just didn't feel like it made sense for there to be combat with her story so far because she's just kind of, I didn't go very far, you know. I was just 1 hex tile away, just like 10 miles. Yeah, it took several hours. Or maybe it shouldn't take several hours, but you know, she's within a day of the village that she started out in. So I feel like it was a little too high stakes to worry about monsters and all that stuff right at the beginning. So I thought this was a nice, cute little problem. I mostly just used the book. The only thing that I had to roll for was about the goat. And I guess I could have used the rumors table. I don't know, I didn't feel super inspired by what I saw there for this particular instance of what I needed. Because I needed there to be a bit of a stronger impetus for her to leave the village. And I know a talking goat isn't like the best reason to leave, but I think that's enough for her to pique her curiosity and for her to want to venture out to see what's going on, you know. And so I thought that was cute. And then the part with the Dryad getting angry, that is an actual village problem from the tables, and those tables were so much fun. I'm excited to see the full book. But yeah, this game is very sandboxy. So it's kind of funny that I played, you know, Machine Gods last night because this felt like very along that vein, you know what I mean? But without the structure of rolling for dungeons or anything. But shoot, I think that using the Machine Gods system in this setting would be so fun because Machine Gods has a lot more systems for like, oh, talking to an NPC and how do they react and what are the twists in the scene. I feel like combining the two could be really interesting. Yeah, it was really cute. It's nice taking a break from doom and gloom, which is funny because it's supposed to be tragic a little bit, but it's nice taking a backseat from like, oh my god, everything is trying to kill me, to a game that's a little bit more cozy. But it does have some dark aspects to it lingering, like how did her parents die and how might she possibly avenge them or come to learn more about that and about magic at large, you know. And I think that's what's cool about Cozy Dark is you have the structure of there's a dark world out there, but you're carving out a cozy niche. She gets to forage for materials and try to find magic ingredients, you know. I think it's just really fun. I didn't really delve into the guilds very much, but I think that could be a much bigger part of her backstory if I decided to lean into it. But I think that even just in the preview, it's almost like a quick start in a way. I feel like in the preview, there was already a lot of information you could use to create a character, get started. I thought it was really nice, the amount of hand-holding they had for people for whom this could be their first RPG, even solo, and explaining like, okay, this is what you're looking for on the cards and this is how you set the scene and you introduce complications. I thought that was a lot of really nice information there for people that are new to this kind of game, and I love the setting. It's really cute. Obviously, there's a lot more that I don't know about that I wish I did, like that item I got at the beginning of the game that whistle, I still have no idea what it does, but I'm sure that in the full game, because it said that in the full game there'll be 52 items and all that stuff, and so hopefully some of those get fleshed out a little bit more. I mean, it's okay if it's up to me to decide what those items do as well. It just, you know, it'd be cool if I knew, because it does have an impact die. I guess it just, I don't even know what a bright hound is. Is that what it was? A bright hound? Like, So I think this is a really nice taste of the game, and I am very interested to see what the full game will be like and where it can develop from there, because there's a lot of really fun little aspects that I'm already excited for. I hope I played it correctly. I guess I won't know for a little while. I interpreted the rules in a way that made sense to me. I like the idea of you being able to burn cards for more impact the more setbacks you have, because it's like your character learning from mistakes, you know? I think that's really cute. And I like being able to build up EXP that you immediately trade in for renown, so you don't have to keep track of like necessarily what level you are, but just trading in 10 XP for renown, which I still don't really understand what that does right now, but yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of cool systems. I love the setting, and it's funny how much this music really like brought out my southern twang, you know what I mean? But that's a lot of fun. Just that themes, tone, and genre table was already so fun and has so much possibility opens up, you know? So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes from there and how much more stuff the game can have once it's complete. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. I know this is a slightly shorter stream, but just shy of 3 hours, I guess. But I hope that gets you interested in the game. Again, I pinned the URL, so if you want to check out their campaign page and learn a little bit more about the game, that information is there for you. And since this campaign is ongoing and I want to make sure the VOD gets uploaded to YouTube so it's a little easier to share, I will probably put the VOD up for this in the next couple of days, maybe before my third Rift Breakers VOD goes up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and for supporting me as I was fumbling through the rules, but I mean, it's a new game, you know, so I think it makes total sense that I didn't really know what was going on. I think the more I went, the more it made sense, but it's just so cute that you have jam that you get to eat to cast spells. It reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII and you having to draw magic. You couldn't just use magic that you knew. You had to like store it in a way, you know? Yeah, it definitely takes time to pick things up, and that's why I have a whole like first impressions playlist for TTRPGs on my YouTube, so people can have some forewarning, like, yeah, this is a new game for me, and so I have to learn the rules. And I need to make sure I go back and finish other campaigns too, because it seems silly to like learn a bunch of rules only to play a game once or twice, but because I think video games are like that too, but usually with video games the learning process isn't quite so intense, so I don't feel as guilty when I only play a video game for a session or two. But yeah, tabletop, it feels silly to learn through the rules and do all that reading only to play it once. But yeah, playing through this, and honestly once I slept on it and thought on it more throughout the day, I started getting more ideas for how my future Machine Gods streams might go if I decide to keep going down that campaign. Or I mean, after I finish this dungeon, might be better if I just like make a new character or retcon this character to do something else, because I think that I kind of limited myself with her story, but that's all right, you know. New campaign, new fun. But yeah, okay, so real quick, let's talk about my schedule. Yeah. Hello. So today was Tuesday. That was Midnight Muscadines. Tomorrow, around the same time, it's Work Wednesday. So I'm going to be working on my TTRPGs, which I've taken a bit of a... Well, the last time I wrote for Ballads was on Friday. I wrote a lot. I think I'm nearly halfway done with the summer tables at this point, so pretty good. But yeah, I think I'm going to try really hard to finish at least another set of tables on Wednesday, maybe do a little bit more of my Plutonic Yearning game, because I've started getting some ideas for how I can handle progression. Because I do like the idea of learning through your mistakes, and when you fail to mine you're still working your body, you should still be able to increase your skills in it somehow. So yeah, so around the same time, Work Wednesday, tomorrow evening, we'll be working on those games. And so come on down and be productive with me, or if you just want to vibe and listen to the music, that's fine too. And then Thursday I'll be offline. Hopefully we get our Call of Cthulhu game that day. If not, I'm just gonna try to chill. I'll be home earlier, so maybe I can take a nap or something. I'll try. It's hard for me to go back to sleep once I've woken up, but I have not slept well in a while, so it would be nice to get a bit more sleep if I can. And then, gosh, just blowing through the week. And then on Friday, I'll be playing a video game of some coziness, not sure which one, but one of those. And then Saturday, I have the collab stream. I have the collab stream earlier in the day around noon. And then Rift Breakers, right now I'm planning it for 2. It might be closer to 3, depending on how that collab co-working stream goes. But yeah, so that will be on Saturday. So a little bit more productivity time with me and 3 other cool looking peeps. So yeah, so that is the rest of this week. I'm gonna try to have my new schedule out for next week out either on Saturday or Sunday, because I already have some ideas for what I want to do next week. I think I might be trying, I'm gonna retcon and bring back my Iron Valley. I have a much better idea. I think I'm gonna use Soldier to do that. I have some cool ideas for how I can handle and make it look a little bit neater, because I really love Iron Valley. But first I messed up on a bunch of like rules things, and then also I just didn't like scrolling through the Google Docs. It just didn't look nice, and so I'm going to work on having a better setup. I've been working on it, but yeah, for that. For the lore video, because I did not forget, don't worry, because we did reach 200 followers a while ago. I am taking a TTRPG approach. I'm going to use the Stygian Library setting book to create an adventure for myself, which I will go through, but I have one of my, I don't know if I should reveal it, but one of my friends, an awesome artist, I've commissioned to do some art for it, and so I want to wait for that before I do the stream. And it will be a stream rather than just a video, because you get to see me roll dice and fail at my own my own story. But yeah, so when that's ready, and it might be a few weeks, when that's ready, we'll go. And hey, maybe we'll even hit 300 by then, and then I can just advance the lore story twice in that way. You know, I think that'll be cool. But I don't know. We'll continue working on that. But yeah, so that's the rest of this week, and I'll have my schedule for next week probably on the weekend. But that is, I know my dice are so cursed, and it doesn't matter whether they're digital dice or the real dice. Dice just hate me in general. And it seems like the more beautiful the dice, the more they hate me, which doesn't seem fair because I paid so much money for these. So how dare you? How dare you give me these terrible rolls? But, you know, whatever. Every time I insult them, they probably just hate me some more. So maybe I should be nice to them, like, ooh, my little baby die, so cute, I love you, please give me better luck. I don't know, maybe that's the way I should be talking to them, you know. Don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. Oh well, now we're in the middle of an ad, so now I feel like I must continue talking for at least the next minute and 9 seconds. I guess I could use this time to see who I could raid while we wait. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was fun. It's such a cute, cozy little setting and idea, you know. Everyone I'm following has been streaming for a while, so I don't want to raid into them only for them to like end. So also, none of these games look very cozy. I don't want to drop y'all into something that's maybe I just won't raid today. I don't know where else to send to, so maybe I just won't raid today. I wish my dice weren't so cursed. I wish I could be cool and have these epic things happen. I guess they do eventually happen in spite of my terrible rolls, but it'd be nice to not have to worry quite so much. Okay, all right, the ad is over. Thank you so much. I didn't want to end mid-ad. That just seems wrong somehow. So thank you so much for y'all's support as I was picking up the rules and everything, and I hope that helped spark your interest in Midnight Muscadines. I'm definitely more interested in the game now because my issues are just the fact that it's a preview. I want more stuff. I want more items. I want to know more about the world, you know, and so I know that will come out, and so I'm excited for that to happen. I'm so excited for that little suitcase and everything. So cute. But yeah, so definitely check out Midnight Muscadines, and I will catch y'all in the next stream. Thanks for the vibes. Yeah, thank y'all for creating the good vibes, all right? So hopefully I see y'all in tomorrow's productivity stream, but if productivity is not your thing, couldn't be me. Wish it could be. I feel like I'm always working one way or another, but hopefully I see you tomorrow, and if not, then I will catch you in my next stream. Be safe, be cozy, be warm out there, and I will see you guys again very soon, okay? Bye!